Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I'm C and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining up, being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that come out in this reading. So the first card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. We have some earth sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or even a Capricorn. We've got the Lovers, and we have some Gemini energy with this. And we have the Page of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. So with the Ten of Wands shown up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a heavy energy as far as being in a space where it feels like the connection is becoming one that is very... I do feel like there could be a sense of routine, but there's a sense of being in a space where the fun, the carefree energy is kind of something that is missing and is something that is being seeked in this connection. I do feel like with this Ten of Wands, this feels like an energy of kind of being burdened by a lot of responsibilities. And I do feel like with this Ten of Wands showing up over here, it's like there is this need for being able to come into a space of being able to experience the carefree and even fun and spontaneous energy of this connection. I do feel like with the Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of somebody who works a lot. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like a successful energy when it comes to being able to put a lot of focus towards work and career. And I do feel like this person does prioritize that. I do feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, this feels like a very independent energy. And it also feels like a sense of being able to thrive in that space. I do feel like though, with this Lovers card showing up over here, this does feel like having a strong connection. I feel like there is a connection that does feel like it is a very strong core between the two of you when it comes to the connection. Do you feel like there's a lot of passion? There's also presence within this connection, but I also feel like there's a recognition of this connection being the one that you want to be in and this person wants to be in with you as well. Do you feel like the energy is mutual? Do you feel like with this Lovers card, this does feel like a very passionate energy in this connection? And I do feel like with the Lovers card, this also feels like an energy of someone who needs to make a decision regarding this connection. So I do feel like when it comes to this connection and where things stand, there is a sense of somebody needing to be able to make their mind up or even make an important decision. And I do feel like with the Lovers card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of someone kind of being in a space where they're ready to make a decision concerning this connection. I do feel like the Page of Swords showing up over here does feel like having a strong intellectual connection even. I do feel like on a lot of levels you are connected to this person. I do feel like with the Page of Swords, this feels like an energy of also being able to have a very... I do feel like having an important conversation with this person also being something that's coming up. So I do feel like there's a sense of being able to have a conversation and communication, somebody reaching out, hearing from somebody. And I do feel like with this Page of Swords showing up over here, it feels like it's coming from a space where there is honesty between the two of you within that conversation, or even when it comes to hearing from somebody else who's reaching out towards you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We've got the Ace of Swords. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Chariot card. We have some Cancer energy with this. You could be dealing with another Cancer. But at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords showing up over here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like an energy of someone who wants to reach out. Somebody's getting ready to reach out. I do feel like communication on the horizon. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this does feel like an energy of actually wanting to be able to get a message across or be able to reach out. It happens suddenly or it happens quite quickly. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this does also feel like an energy of being able to experience things in this connection, kind of being able to move forward quite quickly. There is an energy of things either starting out very quickly, or when it comes to being able to get to a certain place, it's like once it gets to a certain point in this connection, things start to really accelerate. It could have a slow start, but I do feel like things do take off quite quickly at some point. With the Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like having a strong mental connection with somebody. And I do feel like with the Ace of Swords, this also feels like an energy of somebody who's in a space where you do feel like they are realizing a lot about this connection and even the way they show up for this connection and how much you mean to them. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, this feels like an energy of this person gaining a lot of clarity within the situation, and even when it comes to how in which they are handling the connection. I do feel like with this Ace of Swords, this does feel like an energy experiencing also what feels like a breakthrough in clarity. He may be offering you a lot more clarity. I also feel like for themselves, they are getting a lot of clarity in this connection with you. I do feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of having steady energy in this connection. And I do feel like with the Lovers card, there's a strong connection over here with this person. I do feel like there's a sense of also being in a connection with your ideal partner, and this person also feeling that with you. With the Knight of Pentacles, this feels like a steady energy. I do feel like it's also headed towards being able to have a long-lasting connection and foundation in this connection. With this Knight of Pentacles, this does feel like a bit of a slow forward movement, but I do feel like it's like the connection part of this connection is one that does feel like it's unfolding at a steady pace. But I do feel like with that Knight of Swords, it feels like an energy of being able to have things start and have things happen in this connection. It could even happening quite quickly. I do feel like there's a sense of also being quite determined to be able to get to some place in this connection. I do feel like with the Chariot card, this does feel like having forward movement. So it does feel like when it comes to this connection, it's moving forward. That's the direction it is headed. It is progressing. I do feel like there is a sense of also being able to experience this connection as being one that is fulfilling because it is moving forward. I do feel like there is a sense of also being able to be in connection with somebody that works quite well with you. I do feel like on a lot of levels, you could be quite different to this person or opposite to this person, but I do feel like your energies complement each other in that way. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have children. And we have, it is safe for you to love. And we have retreats. So with the children card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a connection that does feel like, I do feel like this person that you're dealing with could be somebody who has children or somebody who's desiring being able to kind of be able to have children. I do feel like with this Page of Swords showing up over here about the Chariot, this does feel like an energy of also having conversations about the progression of this connection. And I do feel like there could be a desire for being able to expand this connection in some way. I do feel like children may have to do with that. I do feel like with this children card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to experience a connection that feels like it's fulfilling on a deep level that one never knew that they needed to have fulfilled. So I do feel like the inner child also being able to experience getting what they have been wanting out of this connection and what they haven't had the chance to have in their childhood or in their past. I do feel like with the It Is Safe For You To Love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a connection that feels like, I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, this feels like a steady progress. And I do feel like there's a sense of also being able to have a connection that feels like it is it is headed towards being able to have a foundation that feels long lasting, that feels more so committed. I do feel like with the it is safe for you to love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being able to experience a gradual opening up towards each other in this connection and being able to get to that place together. And I do feel like with the it is safe for you to love card showing up over here, this almost feels like an unconditional energy where it does feel like there's a lot of acceptance of each other. And I do feel like with the retreat card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of a desire to be able to kind of disconnect from all of the distractions. Do you feel like there's a lot of working energy and somebody who is very much involved in their work and they're very much focused on being able to really put a lot of priority towards their work and their career, and being able to kind of prioritize this connection does feel like it is something that is on the horizon. When it comes to this retreat card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to even take a trip where there is a sense of being able to connect even more deeply in that. I do feel like with this chariot card showing up over here, this also has to do with travel. So I do feel like that also being something that's bringing a lot more of this lighter energy into this connection. And I do feel like with that 10 of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to be successful through being able to really work hard. But I do feel like also having time to balance work and play also being something that's important for this connection. With the retreat card showing up over here, it feels like an energy of getting that chance to do so. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.